Hi, bestie. How are you? Did you eat today? Are you okay? Are you having a hard day? Me too. Let me hold your hand. Yeah, hold my hand. Hold my hand. That's what I'm talking about. I want you to feel loved and to remember that whenever you need comfort, you are welcome back in my space. Okay, so it's me, your girl, Miss OG. And that's why every time you see me, I got some new shoes because I'm in his bag. Mm-hmm. No, I'm lying. I'm not in nobody's bag. But I wish I was, though. No, not really. I don't know. I'm just like 21 years old. I feel like I should have a house first before I could like even think of trying to depend on a man to that extent. Anyways. But in today's video, I am here to be your best friend, your manifestation best friend. Guys, these things do work, right? And I went through an entire blockage for about 2 years, whereby everything that I wanted to manifest was not working out, which is totally normal, by the way. Like, I'm getting a grasp of it. But there are some few tips and tricks that I want to give you because lately, everything that I've been wanting has been coming into fruition, which means that I'm right where I need to be. So, a little story time, a little background. Um, a lot of things happened in the past 2 years, which is why I've been absent on social media. If you are someone who follows me recurringly and someone who likes to catch up with my content, and those things led me to not having a phone for about like 8 to 10 months. They led me to being someone who is closed up and more so isolated. It also led me to like not per se having dreams that I big for myself. So what I did was I went back to my drawing board, right? And if you guys remember the last video that I took out, which was probably the beginning of last year, then you guys will remember that I always talk about how when you want to manifest something, you have to have a journal, a routine, and you have to clock in each and every single hour of the day, right? But this year, I took it to a different step, like to a different extent. And so I'm gonna just tell you guys the things that I've manifested real quick, and then I'm gonna give you guys the tips and tricks. Tip. The fuck I say tip for? Okay, anyways, so as I mentioned, I did not have a phone for a while, and I wanted to manifest the phone real bad. But I did not just want any phone, right? Just to clarify, at home we are not struggling. Okay, like my dad makes ends meet for me when he needs to, but I wanted a phone that's like one of the latest iPhones, so that whenever I have to like take content, software updates, and everything like that, I do not struggle because I love being a content creator, and my bread and butter is content creation. And so like the entire time my dad was on some, hey, can I fix your iPhone? I was using an iPhone X, by the way. Hey, can I fix your phone? Hey, can I buy you this phone instead? Hey, can I do this? And I was like, no, I want a new iPhone. I know I'm gonna get it. And about like 3 months before getting my iPhone, no, not even 3 months, 6 months before getting my iPhone, I'm using an iPhone SE third generation, by the way. Proper quality. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's worth my money. Um, but before I got my iPhone, so what I started doing was at the beginning of the year, I made my vision board, and then I wrote down things that I want to accomplish this year, but then I like put them at the back of my journal so that I do not have to keep on remembering everything that I want, right? However, on TikTok and YouTube, no, I'm mostly watching them on TikTok now. But on TikTok, there are some like really good manifestation coaches out here. And each and every single one of them keeps being on some do not waver. If you want something, persist, persist, persist. And so I was like, the fuck does it mean to persist? And the fuck does it mean to waver? You know, I know when I was in high school, it was easier for me to have a routine because then I'd like wake up, obviously have to exercise, read a book, brush my teeth, bath, get ready for school, and then I'd go to school. And when I'm at school, I had goals that I could accomplish throughout the day. So already when I was at school, I was in a state of manifesting anything that I wanted because school allowed me to keep myself that busy to not even notice that I'm like liking or to not even notice that I want certain things. But after high school, I started like having this feeling. Look at the stupid lighting. Just give me a second. What? Yo. Hey, yo. It's not even gonna do anything. Okay, well, life moves on. But like after high school, I started having this feeling of like whereby every single time that I'd have something, I always had to pick up the slacks, or I had to like do a little bit extra more than what I would do on a day-to-day basis by myself, which honestly speaking kind of put me into a slump of like being like whatever, because then I became someone who was like going with the flow, you know. Even though I still had my routine, I was just more focused on going with the flow. But Tini, hold up, is that better? Oh yes, that's better. I was someone who was like more so obsessed with like going with the flow, and I was trying to do the whole law of the attachment type of thing, right? So I'm on a journey with you, by the way, my best friend. We are learning this together. But on this journey, I came to realize, man, fuck love. I'm sorry, universe, don't punish me. But honestly, fuck law of detachment. Because you spend so much time trying to detach from what you want that you, in your head, you are starting to feed yourself information like, even if this thing does not happen for me, life will move on. Even if blah, 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 life will move on, you know, which is good because you get to focus on other things. But at the same time, if you really want something and you know that this thing is meant for you, then you have to persist. You have to fucking persist. And so, this entire year, for like the past 6 months, yeah, since the year began, my journaling was more so focused on what I really want and how those things make me feel. And so I'd be like, in the mornings, this is like the tips, by the way. Okay, so in the morning I would wake up and then I would do my morning journaling. So it's like I would write 10 times what I'm grateful for, 3 times what I intend to do, 3 times what I am choosing to do, and then I'd write a mantra for the day. So gratitude is obviously, hi, I'm grateful for the food that I have. I'm grateful for my new iPhone. I'm grateful for the house that I have. I'm grateful for my health, blah, 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 blah. Like, I would write 5 things that I'm grateful for to have in the present moment and 5 things that I'm grateful to have in the future. So, for instance, at that moment when I did not have my phone, I was using my laptop, but I always be like, I'm so grateful for, let's say the 5 top things would be, I'm grateful for my wonderful life. I'm grateful for my health and beauty. I'm grateful for the house that I live in. I'm grateful for my shelter. And then the other 5 would be like, oh, I'm grateful for my new iPhone. I love it so much and I enjoy taking content on it. I'm grateful for my healthy and loving relationship and partner who's generous to me. By the way, I don't have a partner yet, but I can sense it coming. But you know, I'm grateful for my healthy and loving relationship. I'm grateful for my successful business. I'm grateful that I can be able to get paid from taking content for being myself, you know. And every single day I would like try to envision myself living my life with those things. Even though I'm not like this, just I'm not like, oh, I have an iPhone, blah blah blah. No, I'm not that delusional. Sometimes I am, but I'm not that delusional. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I am because I'd have moments where I stand by myself and then I could personally be looking outside and be like, oh, I love feeling my iPhone. It's so nice using my iPhone, you know. But I only do those things behind closed doors. So if you're like me, then do those things behind closed doors. Don't do them in front of nobody. We don't want nobody knowing our secrets, bestie. Keep that shit to yourself, okay? But that's what the gratitude would be. And then the intention, I started being intentional with the things I want to do for the day. And this looks like saying to myself, today I'm great. Today I intend to take content, for instance, and post on Instagram. Today I intend to drink my 1 liter bottle of water. Today I intend to look very pretty and feel good about myself. Yes, sometimes you might not go ahead and do what you intended to do because like things do happen. You're human. You're gonna break down. You're gonna crash. You're gonna have burnout or whatever. But the moment whereby you have energy and you know that this is what you really want to do, then you are gonna be able to do it without even remembering that you wrote it down in your journal, right? And then the third thing is I choose to. The reason why I choose to in my morning routine is because you have free will to choose the life that you want to live. You can choose whoever you want to be. If you wake up today and you tell yourself that you're Beyonce, baby, you are Beyonce. Because do you know why? All these celebrities that you're looking at on social media, every single person that you're idolizing on social media and everything like that you're like, oh my goodness, this person is so amazing. I'm trying to be like them. They are once upon a time, or they were once upon a time like you. You know, like sure thing, Beyonce worked a little bit harder from when she was young. But like, if you are sitting there watching Kai Cenat stream and you're like, oh my goodness, I want to be a streamer, baby, pick up your phone and take the fucking stream, or use your laptop or whatever. But just start streaming. You'll see on the way. You'll see when you get there what it is that you need to do. Whatever, you know. Stop sitting on your fucking ass and waiting for people to come and save you. Nobody's coming to save you. Okay, so get your ass up and go ahead and do that shit. Once upon a time, they were where you were, and then they are where they are right now. You know, even with me, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to be a YouTuber, but I don't have any specific YouTubers that I idolize. Okay, maybe I do, like a few, but I haven't watched them in a long time because nobody uses YouTube like that. However, I'm like trying to be intentional with my YouTube channel because I just saw that I finally am like on 920 something subscribers, and I haven't been posting for that long. I only posted last year, and I started doing faceless videos, and then I just forgot about it. But now I'm trying to be more intentional with it because I really believe in my heart that my philosophy is something that can change your life. You feel me, bestie? Which is why I'm here, you know. And but when as I was saying that, I saw 111, which means it's a fucking sign that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So you have free will to choose the life that you want to live. You have free will to do whatever you want to do. You have free will to start an OnlyFans account and shake your ass on OnlyFans. You have free will to go ahead and tell people that you don't like them. You have free will, right? Yes, you must understand that there are consequences to your actions, but the point of the matter is you have free will to do whatever you want. And then my mantra, I started saying to myself, this is from a Daniel Caesar song, which I like. It's called Show No Regrets. And I started saying to myself, I have two mantras, by the way. I am the world is me with life, peace, and harmony. And then the other mantra is from the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, which is that today's a great day. I will live it with boundless enthusiasm, limitless integrity, and a heart full of love. So those are my two mantras for the day. And then after I'm done journaling, I just do Pilates. And then in my head, it's not even in my head. Like, I know I'm meant to be like a soft wife one day. You know, I'm meant to be like a wife who has money and she runs so many businesses, and her husband is always on some, baby, what are you doing? And I'm like, baby, I also don't know, but you know, somehow I'm generating money because I'm being myself. You know, I know money should come to me easily. Like, it's been like this since I was a kid. Apparently, I used to tell teachers, you cannot afford me when I was 11 years old. And I believe that because money is something that should be natural. Money flows to me with abundance, which is why whatever I touch literally can generate you so much money. That's just my 2 cents. I think, which is also another reason why my parents are okay with me, like, they don't dabbling content creation and being beauty and doing beauty and everything like that, because they also see that I have that Midas touch. Whatever I touch turns into gold, you know? And so I try by all means to live a life whereby I can be able to go outside and do that, you know. No, not even go outside. I try by all means to like wake up every single morning. After I'm done journaling, I just do Pilates, and then after I'm done doing Pilates, I'm like, okay, I don't have plans today, so I'm just gonna play The Sims, or I don't have plans today, so I'm just gonna sleep, or I don't have plans today, so I'm just gonna do whatever, you know. But while I'm like slacking off in my bedroom or in the living room, wherever I'm sitting, in the back of my mind, I have my affirmations and my dreams rolling. You know what they call it? Robotic manifestation. Yeah, that shit. Like I could be like playing The Sims, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, the world is mine, the world is mine, the world is mine. Like everything is always working out for me. I am not even worried about nothing. You know, yes, I do have moments whereby I will like freeze and start shaking because I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't feel like this thing is working out for me. Oh my goodness, nothing is moving, you know. Especially when I did not have my phone, and there would be moments like I would be this close to getting a phone. My dad would literally be like, wake up, let's go get your phone. And then something would happen along the way, and he'd be like, oh shit, the money is gone, so I cannot buy your phone, you know, this close to getting a phone. I kid you not. But every single time, I never lost that hope that I'm gonna have a phone one day. The phone that I want, the new edition of iPhone that I want, because this is my birthright to have an iPhone that's like the latest edition. It's my birthright to be fucking rich, you know. I sound so spoiled, but it is my birthright. And so, while I'm doing all that throughout the day, just keep repeating affirmations. Watch videos on TikTok. Watch things that uplift your soul. Listen to music that make you happy. Try dancing. Try eating food that make you feel good about yourself. You know, I eat a lot of fruits. I'm a fruity girl. I love, no, I'm not. I don't, in the sense that, hold on, I'm a fruity girl. I love fruits. Okay, like at home, I'm always eating narkies, oranges, apples, whatever it is, every single day because that's how I'm like making sure that my body's healthy. And while I'm doing that, literally just do what makes you happy throughout the day. I have no advice for throughout the day, but to do what makes you happy. And then the third thing is my late night routine, which is something that I get excited for each and every single day. So this is what it consists of: 5 things that I'm grateful for that happened throughout the day, or 5 things that I'm grateful that I want to happen to in the future, and then I'd write down what I accomplished throughout the day, and then I'd write down scripting. Right, there are two sides of these things, and one I just started trying, but I think the other one is also really good, but this one is the one that 5 things that I'm grateful for, what I accomplished, and then scripting. And then throughout my scripting, sometimes I just like talk to myself like I'm talking to the universe or whatever. So I just be like, dearest universe, today my crush sent me a message saying that he loves me and he wants to see me, and I'm so excited because I know that he loves me and he wants to see me, and I knew that this was gonna happen. Anyways, good night. Like I talk to the universe like I would talk to a friend or whatever. I don't even think I'm talking to universe. I think really I'm just talking to myself, but I'm referring to myself as the universe, because you create your own reality, right? And then so I'd be like, I remember the week. This is how I know that manifestation. Like I'm on like my fucking Windows peaking because the week that I got my phone, this is what I did. So every single week, I start of a new page and I write down 5 long-term goals for the week, and then I write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then those 5 7 long goals for the week are like things that I want to accomplish throughout the week. So get a new phone. On that week, I will even post you guys. I'll even show you guys the screenshot. In that week, I had get a new phone, go out on a friendly date, look cute, and be fucking blah blah blah. Exercise 5 times a day and sleep early and meditate and do yoga. That was like my long-term goals. And then obviously on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each and every single day you enter whatever you want to accomplish, right? So Monday it would be like do yoga, Pilates, eat food, blah 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 blah. Just so I can make sure that I'm accomplishing something the other day. It feels really good to like write goals down and see you like being able to take them off by the end of the day, even if they're not big. Just being able to like remove them from your goal list is so good. And so that week, what happened was that Thursday, like honestly, I had forgotten about my long term goals. But that week, I had written, go out on a friendly date. And then my crush called me and he was like, hey, he didn't even call me because I was using my laptop. My crush sent me a message. He's like, are you awake? At like 9, 9:30, 20 to 10. He's like, hey, are you awake? And at 10 o'clock, I woke up at 10 o'clock on the dot and I'm like, yeah, I am now. I just woke up. And then he's like, okay, cool, get up and get ready. Let's go out. Let's go buy food. And I'm like, what you mean, let's go buy food? He's like, I'm outside. I'm like, no, you the fuck you're not. Because I just woke up and there was nobody. Like, if you were outside, they would have woken me up. He's like, no, I am outside. Literally, homie was outside. Like, as I was in the shower, showering and everything like that, he was outside. And apparently he was parking, like, he parked down the road and he was just waiting for me to wake up and reply to the message. I didn't even think that was gonna happen. I just wrote down like go out on a friendly date. Like in my head, I was like, oh, I wanna go on a date this week. But we did. We went out for breakfast, and I got waffles for breakfast because that's what I wanted. But you can manifest whatever you want when you're not paying attention to it, and when you just like put it down and just let life be. But I knew that week I really wanted to go on a date. You see, that's the difference between love, detachment, and manifesting what you want truly. I think love, the attachment, you say you want something and then you leave it and then you give it to God or the universe or whatever and then you move on. But I think with me, it's more so like I know what I want, I know how I want it to happen, or I know what I want and I have an idea of how I want it to happen. And so I'll just like keep thinking of like that thing happening in the back of my mind. Like, oh, I wonder if this person is to call me now and say, oh, you just got on a date. What would I weigh? Like I'm always having scenarios in my head. I'm such a big, what is it, imaginative person. So I'll be like, that week I was like, I wonder what would happen like if this person calls me and says, hey, can I take you out on a date? Or if this person's like, hey, I'm around the corner, let's go out around 2 3 4. And they did that, and I was like taken aback because I did not think it was gonna happen. And remember, I didn't notice that it happened until the Sunday when I was taking off my long term goals. Another thing that happened was get a phone. I went home on Sunday and I knew, like, my dad and I were talking about phones throughout the entire week. He was like, no, what phone do you want? Okay, cool. Do not settle for less. Like, if you want an iPhone 13, I'll get you an iPhone 13. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, my homie, it might be a bit too expensive. So you better, like, take something that's, like, slightly cheaper and much more better than an iPhone 13. And my dad's like, no, 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 don't worry about that. I got you, you know. And I'm like, I know you got me, but I want to be realistic with myself, you know. I'm willing to try an iPhone SE. Cool. When I went home that Saturday, I was like so flippin' mad. I think if I remember well, yeah, I was so mad, and I'm like, okay, life moves on. I'm not gonna worry about anything. Literally, the next day, my dad and I were talking, and I'm like, how much do you need to, like, get me a phone? And it's like, oh, I'm just left with like 1,000 rand, whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll get it for you. Because I can make money that easily. But in the midst of me, like, looking for money and everything like that, my dad calls me and it's like, hey, let's go buy you a phone. I got the money. And I'm like, what? What? I came back with a new phone. I went on a friendly date. I did my Pilates 5 times that week. I did my yoga and everything like that. But you can literally manifest whatever you want if you just set the intention to have it. I knew that by the end of that week, I will have a new phone. Like, I had told myself that Monday or that Sunday when I was writing my long term goals that by the end of next week I really should have a new phone, you know. And I always like sit and talk to myself and be like, I wonder if I got a new phone today, what would I do? Who would I talk to? Whose numbers would I save on my phone? How excited would I be to, like, call up this person? Like, you know, I'd always sit and imagine myself FaceTiming people and everything like that. Not WhatsApp. No, FaceTiming people. I'd be like, hey, like this would be me, like, while I'm playing The Sims and waiting for my game to load. You know, I'd look so crazy doing my manifestation things. And then more so, like, recent scenarios, something that happened yesterday. So if you're watching this video, today's Saturday, yesterday was Friday. But something that happened yesterday was that I wanted to talk to this person, or let me say my crush. You know, I've been single for fucking 8 months anyways. But I was like, okay, I want to talk to my crush so badly because I haven't, like, seen him in a long time. So I told myself the entire week, like, okay, Friday, I'm going to see this person. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to call him. And then, like, you know, blah, 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 blah. Not call him, but I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to see him face to face. We're going to talk and everything will be fine. And so I was like, the entire week, while I was working, while I was doing my own things, I could, like, be doing my makeup. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, so if this person approaches me, this is what I'm gonna say to him. If this person, like, walks up like this is what I'm gonna do, you know. And I also have dreams. And in my dream, this is so crazy. Because in my dream, I'm rambling, but I really want you guys to get the concept. In my dream, he was wearing, what is this, Timberlands. And I had told him some other time that, oh my goodness, I like guys who wear Timberlands. I think Timberlands are cute on guys. And in my dream, he was wearing Timberlands and he was, like, acting kind of swag, but then he was trying to, like, avoid me or whatever. And I'm like, he's not gonna avoid me. He is gonna wear Timberlands, but he's not gonna avoid me. And he should not avoid me, you know. And when I saw him, he was wearing Timberlands. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so exciting. Literally, I said there yesterday, and I said, okay, today is Friday. I'm going out. I have to look the way that I had envisioned myself. Like, from Monday up till now, I had a vision of how I'm gonna look. I'm gonna be wearing this bob wig, this funny looking bob wig of mine. I'm gonna have my makeup on. I'm gonna be wearing my hoodie. I'm gonna be wearing a red t-shirt. I'm gonna be wearing my heels and everything like that. I put on my outfit as I had premeditated it from Monday up till Friday. You know, short thing I said by myself at someone, I was like, do I really wanna wear this? Do I really want to wear this? But then I realized, yes, you know what, girl? Because this is how we had envisioned the situation happening, we are going to be what we had envisioned. I looked exactly the way that I thought I was going to look, which is something that is so amazing. And then I got there and I could not see him and I was like, oh shit, he's not here. Oh shit, now what? But in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, even if he's not here, life moves on. There's always other times I'm going to see him, then I'll be able to talk to him. But yesterday I was like, oh shit, it's not here. But I could see there was one car that looked like his car and then another car that looked like his car. And I could see both cars and I'm like, why do I keep looking at these cars? Because he's not here. Like, can I stop doing that to myself? Because clearly he's not here. No. And then he posted going blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, he is here. But where is he? I was so excited. I was so excited that I overwhelmed myself that after I was done talking to him, I walked away and I was so quiet. Like in my mind, all I wanted to do after I was done talking to him was just like go back home and just sit in my blanket and read. That's how overwhelmed I was with joy because I'm like, oh my goodness, it happened exactly the way that I wanted it to happen. Even the entire like what I wanted to say to him, the gestures, the movements and everything like that, it happened the way that I wanted to. Like at least like 90% of it anyways, you know. So manifestation does work if you put in the work, you know. But now here comes the other technique of my late night routine. I'm losing plot line, sorry. But here comes the other technique of my late night routine. So I told you that the first one was me writing 5 things that I'm grateful for, what I accomplished, and then it was scripting, and I gave you guys an example of scripting. The other one, it was like the one that I started doing recently, more recently actually, is that I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for, what I have, why I love it, and what is it? I know it's meant for me because, right? So 5 things that I'm grateful for, 3 things that I have, but those 3 things you're gonna write down what you have 3 times. So let's say for this entire week it was like I have spoken to my crush, or I had an open and honest conversation with my crush. That's literally, I'm giving you guys what I said. I had an open and honest relationship with my crush. And then 6 time I'll write down I loved it because I loved this conversation because it allowed me to be open and honest with him. It allowed us to get closer, whatever the fuck I intended to do. I loved it because he allowed me to, 6 times, but you must write that same sentence 6 times. And then the last time is like, I know it's meant for me because every single time I see this person, I know that he's thinking of me too. Or whatever it is that you want to put. This is called the 369 method. But I started doing it more so like in my late night routine, substituting scripting with it. And I think it might honestly be the chef of the cupcake for me, you know. So I say this to say to you, my best friend, that manifestation does work. And it works wonders and miracles when you honestly try to just be yourself, right? Yes, you may look like you're crazy. Yes, it does require you to take action. That's the most important one. If you're someone who's like, I want money, and you don't specify how you want money, baby, you better go outside because you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to give you money, you know. You have to put in the action towards your manifestation to ensure that you have it, you know. I think it's more so about knowing what you want and how you want it and letting your intuition lead. The intuition part is the most important part because sometimes we want something and our intuition does not confirm that thing for us and then we become sad. You know, I think for me, that's what I'm relearning, that my intuition is confirmation for me. I say to myself, just like yesterday, I said to myself, I know that this conversation will happen because I can sense that it's supposed to happen and because it's something that keeps lingering in the back of my mind. Just like when I got my phone. I was telling my sister that, oh, I'm going to get a phone this week. And she was like, no, you're not. And I'm like, oh, I am. Like, I know I am going to get a phone. So, and she's like, how do you know? And I'm like, I just have this lingering feeling that the phone is coming, you know. Your intuition is going to lead you, but you must really know what you want. And you must really, when they say you must be like on point with what you want, exactly how you want it, they mean that shit. Okay, they mean that shit. Last week I was depressed as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was depressed as fuck. But also amidst my depression and everything like that, I tried each and every single day to wake up and manifest and do journaling and everything like that. And there's this other term that's called wavering, but I'll do a part 2 on it because I recently learned it. And now I'm like, since I was wavering the entire week, almost but not, now I'm like, hold on, they kind of cooking with this wavering shit because also with it, it's a matter of like, just because you don't see it happening, it does not mean that you should just let your feelings drown you the way that they drowning me, you know. So that's how I manifested my dream current situations that I have right now. My phone, going out on a date, my crush. I'm not manifesting my crush, so I'm not trying to take away his free will, but I do want him to want me back to that extent. Like I want him to want me more than I want him. If you get what I'm saying. Like he finna like be more hitched up than I am. Because I feel like the more that a guy loves me, the more that I flourish even more. But I do like him. Like I really do like him. But even if it does not happen, that even if he does not like me back the way that I want him to like me, and my intuition is like, girl, that's not what we're trying to do, or the angels, ancestors, whatever, trying to be like, girl, that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to give you somebody who's close to you. Then that's fine by me, because I know that soon enough, whoever's meant for me that I've been writing down, I'm so grateful to be in a healthy and loving relationship with my gentle and caring boyfriend who puts me at ease. It's gonna come to me eventually, you know. Like, you have to be intentional with the way that you write down your manifestations. But I think if you are somebody who really wants to manifest, then do not follow law of detachment whatsoever. The only time that you detach yourself is if you actually put in the work, and then you can tell that there is no end line, but it happening on itself. You know, that's the only time that you detach. Until then, you have to put in the work. So each and every single morning, baby, you wake up, write 5 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you intend to do, 3 things that you're choosing to do because you do have fucking free will to be whoever and whatever you want to be. And then your mantra. It can be anything that resonates with you. It could be from a song, it could be Beyonce's sentence, anything that makes you feel empowered, because every single little bit of us have that room for empowerment inside us. You know, there's that little spark within us that makes us feel empowered. And then the other thing is, let me see. And then for your late night manifestations, you should always like write down 5 things that you're grateful that happened throughout the day. So you can write down, like, you can honestly freestyle it. You can even write down that you're grateful for your new phone, even if you don't have a new phone. You can freestyle it. You can write down that you're grateful for your new phone or whatever that you have 5 times, and then 3 times you're gonna write down what you have. So let's say you manifested a new phone. I have a new phone, and I love it so much. 3 times, and then 6 times you're gonna write down why you love it. I love my new phone because it allows me to take content. The 6 times, right? That's 6 times. Yeah, I love it because it allows me to take content 6 times, and then 9 times you're gonna write down, you know, it's meant for you because you have the vision and dream of being a wonderful content creator, and everybody's waiting for you to take content and be inspirational to them. That's it, bestie. It's really that easy. But also, amidst everything, keep yourself busy so that you do not find yourself drowning in trying to make up for whatever it is that you think you need to make up for. You have the free will and freedom to create your life. It might not be easy. You may look crazy to a few couple of people, but crazy is good, because if you are trying to relate to people who are not where you want to be, baby, you're gonna get stuck. It's insanity to listen to someone's advice who does not know what it means to walk a mile in your dream. Okay? And also, then be careful of people who have lived your dream but fail to answer you, because those people clearly, they have their own things going on, and they envy people who try doing what they do, or they just jealous, you know, of which I know a few couple of people who are really old and rich, who are where I want to be, but then all of them gave me the same example or the same advice, and it's like, why would you give somebody advice when you see that the shit is already working out? Your next advice should have been, okay, I can see that this shit is working out for you, how can I help you? But they did not do that. So also be careful of that. Be careful of the people that you tell everything to. Be careful of the people who make you feel like you're crazy for having a dream, and be careful of not knowing where you fit in because you're trying to please other people by being whatever it is that they want you to be in their lives and not your life. Okay, so it's me, your girl, Miss OG. I love you, and I hope that you had a wonderful day, bestie. Mwah.